Namaste. I needed some downtime after the tornado. I want you to know that I miss you all so much. I miss the studio, I miss our house, and what I would love is to help you to move your body. Yoga provides a mind, body, and spirit connection that helps build the immune system. I think we all have been sitting more than usual. I know that I have been. And so this practice that I'm going to guide you through will help to counter hip flexion. And let's begin by standing in mountain pose. So placing your feet about a fist apart so that you are standing with the feet right underneath your sit bones, your hip joints. Start to feel that solid foundation of the joints stacked one on top of the other, shoulders over the hips, hips over the knees, knees over the ankles, the joints soft, unlocked, top of the head lifting upwards towards the ceiling or the sky. Perhaps you are outside. Arms relaxed alongside the body. Press down into the four corners of the feet and feel your weight distribute evenly. Begin to take some deeper, fuller breaths. If you'd like, you can take a hand to the belly, a hand to the chest. Eyes can stay open or with the gaze to one point, or you can allow the eyelids to be heavy and close. And start to fill up the torso. Feel the belly move forwards in space as you breathe in, move up through the ribs, all the way up to the chest, and then empty that out again, nice and full. It's important to turn to our yoga practice in these times of unknowing what is happening. And our practice can bring us some ease and peace and calm, which is most important in these times that we're going through right now. Consistency, and our practice can be what is consistent. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. If you would like to set an intention, do that now. Join in with me for the sound of Om. Inhale. Flutter the eyes open. Let your arms release alongside you. Start to roll the shoulders forward. Nice big movement. Just getting some movement. Maybe you've been in that sitting position and maybe you've been slouched forward a little bit. Maybe the shoulders are getting stiff. So start to open them up. Change the direction. As we move through this practice, remember to keep the breath nice and deep. The breath through the nose, providing that cleaner breath for us that the nostrils provide. Bring the rolling to stillness, and with an inhale, slide your shoulders up towards the ears, give it a squeeze, and let the shoulders flop and release down. Hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, circle your arms out and up overhead. Fingertips reach up. Exhale, press the arms down through space. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, press down. This time, let's keep the arms up. And exhale, add a side stretch to the right. Inhale to center. Keep the weight even, right to left. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. This time we're going to hold. Come to the right, release the right hand to the thigh. Get a little bit longer. Maybe you lean a little more to the right, press down. Even, right to left through both feet. Gaze forwards. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Left hand to the thigh, maybe slide it a little bit closer to the knee, maybe it goes all the way down to the knee, maybe you're way up by your hip and that is just fine. Shoulders down away from the ears, softening the jaw. Inhale, come up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, press the arms down. Open your feet outside of hip distance and take a twist sway. Heels can lift, keep the knees gently soft. Top of the head lifts upwards as if an imaginary string is helping you to get taller. Bring your movement to stillness and center. Narrow your feet, come back into your mountain pose. Bring your hands onto your hips, and with an exhale, tilt forward. Flat back into a forward bend. Let your arms hang without touching the floor. Start to circle your arms around in a pendulum circle. Heavy, heavy shoulders, heavy head. Filling up maybe the back body with your breath. Change the direction of your circles. Bring that to stillness. Walk yourself down to a hands and knees position. You can use a blanket or a pillow underneath your knees for support. In your tabletop position, gently press into all 5 fingers and lift up from the wrist crease. Taking cat and cow, tuck your toes under. Inhale, arch your spine. Take your gaze gently forward. Keep some space on the back of the neck. Exhale, tops of the feet to the floor. Tuck the tail around the spine. Dome. Inhale to arch, collarbones open and broaden. Exhale, round and dome the spine, pushing the floor away. Let's take 3 more. Cow and cat. Allow the beginning of the inhale and the beginning of the exhale to initiate the movement. 1 more. And inhale to neutral. Step back with your right foot. This might be a hard view for the camera. All I'm doing is stepping the leg back, pressing the ball of the foot into the floor, basically a half plank. Reach through the heel and then add a little rock forward and back. This helps to open up the back of the leg. Now I'm feeling it into the calf. We did get out for some nice walks the past couple of days, and that's been lovely. Bring shoulders back over the wrist and release the knee down. Find your center, step back with your left foot. Keep the length, try not to sag, push the floor away, add your little rock. If wrists are sensitive, you can do this on forearms. You can also do this on a fist. So make sure you take care of your body and what it needs. Bring the shoulders over the wrist and release the knee down. Give your hips a little wiggle. All right, lengthen the right leg back again, and then scoot the foot over to the left, coming off, and you can look over your left shoulder. Opening up through the hip flexors and the psoas on the right side. If you hug your belly in towards your spine, you might even be able to be aware of your psoas muscle in this posture. Inhale, everything to center. Exhale, the knee down and switch sides. Step back with your left foot. Cross it over. Look over the shoulder. Try to get the hips level. Lift the belly and breathe. Inhale to center. Exhale, the knee down. Walk your knees back about 6 inches for puppy pose. Puppy pose is an alternative to downward facing dog. So pressing even from thumb to pinky, forehead is lifted. Press down as the forearms lift up away from the floor. Slide your shoulders towards your waist and connect front body to back body. Choose to stay here or lift yourself up into downward dog. So this is a new mat post-tornado. And I can feel that I'm going to be sliding a little bit. Not ideal, but I'll work with it. So find some movement in your downward dog. Pedal out, maybe you shift your hips, stretching out anywhere that you feel tight. Let's take a nice big sigh through the mouth, inhale through the nose. Inhale, look towards your hands, and with your exhale, walk your feet all the way up to the hands. Space between the feet. Let your upper body hang. Find a little bit of movement, maybe through the head, or shifting your upper body, swaying it side to side, bending opposite knees. A couple breaths exploring on your own. Inhale into prepare, half lift, coming into a flat back. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Lift up through your tailbone as if you're trying to flatten your back towards the ceiling. Exhale into your forward bend. Sweep your arms out, rise back up through your flat back to stand. Take hold of your left wrist and exhale, side stretch. Inhale to center, take hold of your right wrist, exhale, side stretch left. Inhale, center, exhale the arms down. Now if you'd like to be near a wall for some balance, bring yourself to one. Balancing on your left leg, bend your right knee and reach behind for the top of the foot or the ankle. And I'm going to turn here so that the camera can see me. Your opposite arm can hang, the hand can come around to the foot, or the arm can reach up overhead. You can also have your hand to a wall. Focus the breath low in the belly. Imagine the breath moving down into the right hip, right thigh. Exhale, release the foot and give your hips a little rock. Find your mountain pose, Tadasana. Shift the weight into the right foot, bend your left knee. If that's not an easy reach, you can hook a strap, a belt, a bathrobe tie around your foot and hold on to that strap to pull the heel towards your booty. I like to bring a little micro bend into my standing knee, and then as I straighten that leg, I get nice and tall. I engage the core, which assists here. Finding deeper, fuller breaths. And exhale, release the foot down. Bring your hands to heart center, stepping back for some standing postures. Soft bend of the knees, and take a big step back with your left foot. Front heel intersects the back arch. Sweep arms up to shoulder height, level out your hips. Exhale, bend the front knee for warrior two. We want the front knee on top of the ankle, so you can adjust your foot forward or back as needed. Upper body center between front and back leg. Soften the shoulders down away from the ears as you reach your middle fingers apart. A nice easy gaze over your front hand. Front knee opens towards the pinky toe. That creates an external rotation of the front leg. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Exhale, arms down. Turn the right foot in, and now left foot out to switch sides. Your back foot's parallel, as if it's flat to the back edge or turned in. Inhale, the arms lift up. Exhale, bend the front knee. So that means when you look back at your back foot, you want your toes to be pointing either straight ahead or towards your front mat. Make sure it's not turned back. That can actually hurt your knee. And adjusting as needed through the front foot. Press into the outside edge of the back foot, helping to keep the back leg active. Soften anywhere that might need a little reminder to relax. Any area that tends to be tense in the body. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Exhale, arms down, turn the feet parallel. Turn the right foot back out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back to warrior two. We'll do a little flow. Inhale, reverse your warrior. We'll take the first one slow, reaching either straight up to the ceiling or back, getting a little opening through the front ribs. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale for extended side angle. Slide forward, tilt the whole torso, hips up. Top arm reaches overhead, over top of the ear. Getting a long line through the back foot, all the way up through the top of the head. And now moving with the breath. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle. One more time. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten, release the arms. And we'll take a moment here to slow the breath down, especially for me since I've been talking. So bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Some deep, full breaths filling up into your three-part breath. Thanks to Graham for being our cameraman. Turn the left foot out, arms up to shoulder height, back foot parallel or turned in. Bend your front knee. Turn your front palm up. Inhale for reverse warrior, taking this first one slow. Can be nice and straight up and down, or you can add the deeper reverse of the warrior. Chin in towards the armpit so the neck stays even and balanced. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle. Pressing even into the both feet, which means you need to put a little more focus into that back foot. Right, now we'll go with the breath. Exhale for warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Extended side angle. And we'll go through that one more time. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front knee. Exhale, arms down, feet parallel. Turn your right foot to the front of your mat. Hands can come to the hips. Lift your back heel, pivot to the ball of the foot. Step your back foot forward. Back to mountain pose. Actually, keep the hands to the hips. Bring a bend into both knees and take a medium step back with your left foot. Exhale, bend the front knee for warrior one. So in this pose, allow the back hip to come forward, right hip to move back so that the hips square to the short edge of your mat. Press firmly into your back heel. Bend as deeply as you can through the front knee and focus on the opening that's happening through the back leg. Hands can move up to heart center or reach forwards or up. Add a little lift of the corners of your outer lips, bringing a gentle smile. Notice the breath moving through you. Exhale, hands to the heart, and add a twist. Twist to your right. Open your arms up wide, maybe wringing out a little bit more. Inhale, hands to heart center, in center. Let's take this into a balance. Scoot your back foot forward, straightening the front leg. You can stay here with toes to the floor. You can practice hot potatoing the foot. Practice being on one leg, one foot. If you feel stable, keep the foot flexed. Lengthen, and maybe you start to lift your leg up, engaging the gluteal muscles. And maybe you tilt like a pendulum. Hands can stay to heart center. Feel free to work on any variations. Trying to square the hips. I'm not sure how I'm doing there.
Looking good.
And easily come up and release and shake it out. Let's take a nice audible sigh. Inhale. Hands, let's go to the hips. Hands to the hips, soft bend the knees, right foot steps back. And think about your feet being on railroad tracks. So you want your right foot in line with your right hip, not crossed over to the left. Bend your front knee, adjust the feet as needed. Back toes will point towards that front corner of the mat. Draw the left hip crease back. Hips are squared to the front. Hands in Anjali Mudra at the heart center, or reach forward or up. If the shoulders feel tight but you would like your arms up, you can take your elbows wide into cactus. One of the tricky parts in standing poses is to keep as much energy in the back leg as the front leg. Hands to heart center. Exhale, twist to the left. You can keep your hands here or open your arms up nice and wide, shoulders down. Light toes, back arch of the foot lifted. Inhale to center, hands to prayer. Prepare for your balance. Scoot your back foot in, maybe go right into balance there, or remember toes can stay to the floor. Be where you need to be. Hot potato or flex and hold. A little more gluteal strengthening as you lift the leg, hinging the upper body forward. And know that it's okay to fall out of a pose. If that happens, try to have fun with it and come right back into it. Square the hips towards the floor or to the front by wrapping the right hip forward. Reach your left thigh back. Light toes. And slowly come up to mountain pose. Whoop. Release and give it a little shake. Hand to the belly, hand to the heart. Take 3 breaths, filling up. Empty out. 2 more like that. Now I will guide you through a sun breath to the floor to come onto your belly for some back strengthening. Inhale, sweep arms out and up. Exhale to forward bend. Hinge at your hip crease. Inhale, half lift. Chest lifts away from the floor. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, walk yourself back to plank pose. Knees can lower, or you can keep your knees lifted. Breathing in plank, lift your belly, so let the breath come into the ribs. Push your points of surface down and lift up away from the floor. Slowly, as you exhale, hug your elbows in and come all the way down onto your belly. Untuck your toes. Hands hidden underneath your shoulders. Sorry, I have a cramp in my ankle. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, hover the head and chest into cobra. So be basically weightless through your hands. Breath is in the ribs as the belly stays lifted. Exhale, lower down and keep your head centered. Pause here. Coming up again into cobra. Inhale, slow lift up. And now if you'd like, you can add some pressure into your hands, get some assistance, and maybe you come up a little bit more. If you notice your ears and shoulders getting less space, draw the shoulders down away from each other, or down away from the ear. Exhale, lower down. Turn your cheek to one side and flip your palms up. Feel the breath naturally move into the back of the body. Bring your forehead back to center for Sphinx pose. Hands underneath your shoulders. Inch your legs a little longer. Inhale, slow lift of the upper body up. Slide your elbows forward underneath your shoulders. Ground your pubic bone. Lift your belly and slide your shoulders towards your waist. An imaginary string draws the breastbone forwards, draws the center of your chest towards the wall in front of you. Legs are active with 10 toenails pressed to the floor. Exhale, lower down. This time make a pillow for your head. Open your elbows wide, shoulders down. Half locust, legs only. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Stretch the leg long by reaching the toes away from the head. Try to keep the hips level. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left leg reaches and lifts. You can have your toes pointed. You can reach through the ball of the foot and pull the toes back. The yoga foot. Exhale the leg down, and now we'll do both legs. Inhale, reach the toes away, lift the legs up, keep your belly lifted. Breathe into the ribs. With the next exhale, lower down. Turn your cheek to the opposite side, arms beside your hips, palms up. Turn your forehead to center, turn your palms to face the floor. Activate the legs for a full locust. Inhale, everything lifts up. Balance on your belly. You can look below your nose. And take 1 to 4 more breaths. When you feel complete with your locust, lower down onto your belly. Slide your hands under your shoulders. And push yourself up to kneeling. And if you would like, you can use a blanket. In the studio, we call it a starting position blanket. You can use anything that you have. If you need a towel, use what you have at home as a tool. I'll do another back bend. About a fist between the knees, hands to the low back for camel pose. Hug your elbows in, and with your inhale, lift your breastbone, draw the shoulders back. Gaze can be up or forward with chin to chest. Just make sure your neck feels comfortable here. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Inhale, lift up, and melt yourself down into a child's pose. You can take your knees as wide as you need them, lengthen through the low back, and let your forehead release to either stacked hands, fists, or directly onto the mat. Inhale, walk your hands in, lift your upper body, sit your hips to the side, and take your legs out in front of you for upward table. So for upward table, your fingers can point towards your hips. It's most traditional this way, but sometimes it feels better on my shoulders to turn my hands out, and that's how I'm going to do it today. So know that you have options. Little bend in the elbows, feet at least a fist apart. Exhale, press down, lift the hips up. Try to get the knees about over top of your ankles. Look towards your belly or up to the ceiling. Lifting the hips high. Strengthening your arms, micro bend in the elbow joint so you're not locked. And slowly lower down. Let your knees open, feet come together, and shake out the wrists. Take some circle with the wrists. Change the direction. And shake it out. To come down onto your back, you can use your abdominals or use your hands. If you're using your abdominals, lift your arms up to shoulder height, plug your shoulders in, straight legs or knees can be bent. More challenge if legs are straight. And exhale, roll down. For most challenge, you can keep your arms in line with the shoulders. Let your arms come overhead and give yourself a big stretch. Straighten out the legs, reach your toes away from the head, and take some movement. Not non-specific movement, just see what feels good. Bring your arms down, bend your knees, and prepare for a bridge pose. So if you need to look at your feet, which I do to know where they are, you can take a peek at your feet, arms alongside you. Remove any blanket from underneath your head if you have one for a bridge pose. Press even into the four corners of the feet, and with your inhale, tuck your tail, roll your hips up. You can tuck your shoulders underneath the chest, palms up or pinky to the floor. Keep the knees reaching forwards away from the hips. Notice where the breath flows more freely in this posture. I'm feeling it a lot in my belly. And exhale, slowly roll down. Come to your neutral. Pause there. Walk your feet outside of hip distance for windshield wipers. I like to take my arms into cactus. Your arms can be anywhere they feel good. Exhale, knees to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. And do that twice more to each side. After your second set, bring it back to center. Heel toe the feet, back to sit bone distance, arms can come lower. And let's take a twist. Press into your feet and shift your hips a few inches over to the left and cross your left leg over top of your right. Let the knees release over to the right. Keep the left shoulder grounded. And right hand can rest to the floor or you can take it on top of the thigh. Optional arm circles. Hover your left arm. Sweep your arm down as you exhale. Inhale it over, up, and around. I'm going to take two more of those. Remember, you have the option to keep your arms still, but if you would like some shoulder release, take these circles. I think I'm adding an extra one. And we'll take another full breath in and out. Inhale to your back. Center your hips, uncross the legs, and pause for a moment. Shift the hips over to the right side of your mat. Cross right leg over left, and let the knees release to the left. Lift the right arm if you're taking circles. Sweep your arm down. Inhale up and around, and taking 2 to 3 more. And let that arm rest. Take a full breath in and out. Inhale to the back. Center your hips, uncross the legs. Reach your right leg up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot, turn out for reclined pigeon. Choose your reclined pigeon variation. You can stay here or fold the knees in, and hands can interlace behind the thigh. You can also place a block underneath your left foot or work on tippy toes. Encourage a natural curve in the low back. So that means my tailbone's connected, but I can slide a hand into this space, and that will get deeper into the gluteal muscles. So if you've been sitting a lot, those muscles might be a little tired, a little tight. Can increase the sensation by taking your left foot towards the right hip. Slow your breath down. Feel the fullness of it. Exhale, left foot to the floor, right foot to the floor. Pause for a moment before we switch. And inhale, left leg reaches up. Flex your foot, turn out. Take ankle to thigh. Choose your variation. It's okay if it's different on this side. And I like to switch up the cross of my fingers. Can also use your elbow, your forearm, to open up the thigh away from the chest. Try to keep the sides of the waist equally long. So notice if anything that you're doing is shortening the sides of the waist, and sacrum is level. Another breath or two in reclined pigeon. Exhale, release both feet to the floor, and we will set up for Shavasana. So taking any adjustments, adding any props that you need. I recommend bringing a hand behind or both behind the head. Look down at your body as you straighten out the legs to see that you are symmetrical. The arms come down beside your body with palms upwards. This is the traditional Shavasana. Please adapt as necessary. If it's more comfortable for your back, you can add a blanket or a pillow behind your knees. And if it's more comfortable for your shoulders, palms can turn down. So we'll take some silence here, allowing the body to absorb the benefits of everything that you've just done. So release the control of the breath. We'll take a nice sigh. And take these quiet moments to tap into any sensations that you're aware of in the body. Feel the heaviness of the bones, the relaxation of the muscles, and simply be for the next couple breaths. Feel free to stay in this stillness as long as you'd like. If you are ready, start to bring some movement into the toes and fingers, wiggling. No rush with your movement. Start to circle ankles and wrists on your own time. Rock your head right to left. Add a big full body good morning stretch or hug your knees in. Eventually curl yourself up onto your right side. On your side, offer yourself something loving. Tell yourself something that you like about yourself, that you're doing a good job, that you're proud of yourself for doing yoga. Use your hands to come up to seated. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I've missed you all so much, and I feel fortunate and happy that I'm ready to be back in this teacher mode. So I look forward to reconnecting with all of you. Have a wonderful day. Om Shanti.